Yo, 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 technology checklist and AP exam overview.
So in this presentation, we're going to go over the remind code again. So if you didn't get a chance to join yesterday, you can join today. Canvas, procedures, expectations, things you can find on Canvas, AP Classroom login, and the actual AP exam format, types of questions, how many questions, how long the exam is, all that in this presentation. So if you're in Miss Bossy's class, the code there, you just send a text 81010, and the text message should say at grapes20. Well, that code is pretty simple, but for y'all who are in my class, Mr. Tran, the code, you send it to the same number, but the code is at ff for hff3. So at least there's a little symmetry, but not quite. So let's go over Canvas. Regardless of being here or virtual, you should be checking Canvas every day. We're going to go over that. So let's go through our Canvas page together. So when you click on our tile or card, as we like to call it on Canvas, your courses, you will see this. So for virtual students, you guys should click on that and fill out the Microsoft form. That's your attendance. When we scroll down, all the way down past all of our info, we find the first 6 weeks calendar. It's in a PDF with a preview. So you guys can actually click on it, download the PDF itself, print it out, save a copy, like an electronic copy, whatever fits your needs. But there, as we can see, tomorrow we're going to do lab safety, and it involves a zombie lab video and an activity. So this is what you would see once you guys click on modules. So modules is where you guys go for everything. And we are breaking down APES into weeks. And then in each week, you guys can see the different days and all the activities. And there's a stop page. So once you guys reach that stop page, you guys know that you guys are done for the day. So this is the most important website you guys would ever sign into. So my AP. So if you guys do not have an account, you guys have to create an account. But those you guys who do, your username and password, if you don't remember those, there's a very difficult process to get that. So you have to call College Board to get your username and password. Mr. Tran or Miss Bossy will not have that information for you. So in order to get into our AP classroom, specifically my class or Miss Bossy's class, you have to sign in and enter the join code. But if you don't have a username or password, you must create an account first before we get into the joining code process. So once you sign into AP Classroom, this is the page that you guys will see if you guys have something there. But if not, there should be a yellow button that says join a course or exam. So you guys click on that, and you have to use the code that's very specific to your class. So if you're in first period, there's a first period code. If you're in fifth period, there's a fifth period code. So again, you can't share these codes with others. Mr. Tran will be able to edit the roster if a student entered or joined the course by accident. So again, use the code that we sent out to your class specifically. The message is not the same for each class. So again, this code is very specific to your class. Finally, we get to the exam, or what I like to call the enemy. In order to defeat your enemy, you must know your enemy. So the AP Environmental Science exam is a 2 hours and 40 minutes long exam, and it includes 80 multiple choice questions and 3 free response questions. This year, you guys get to use a 4-function scientific or graphing calculator on this exam. I'm going to go over how to use your calculator and all that stuff in our math review. And we're going to be practicing math quite a bit. So there are 2 sections, the multiple choice and the free response. Like I said, 80 questions for the multiple choice and it's weighted 60% of your exam. So if you guys don't do well on this, it's going to affect your overall score. And you have a total of 90 minutes for section 1. For section number 2, there are 3 free response questions, and each question is the same type of question. So this is worth 40% of your exam score, and you have 70 minutes, and that goes to 1 hour and 10 minutes. So let's go over the type of free response. Question number 1 involves design and investigation. So this is sort of like your experimental design, and we're going to be going over that process, and you'll be more than comfortable by the time the exam hits. Question number 2, analyze an environmental problem and propose a solution. So we're going to be going over that the first 6 weeks as well, and we're going to be learning many solutions throughout the course. And finally, question number 3, analyze an environmental problem and propose a solution doing calculations. So question number 3 is our math problem. So again, it's part of your free response, so we're going to be practicing it to try to maximize your score. So these are the big ideas in APES. So we have energy conversions underlie all ecological processes. So this is the ecology portion. Energy also comes into play when we talk about renewable and non-renewable energy in the second semester. Big idea number 2 is the interactions between Earth systems. So Earth is one interconnected system, and it has natural systems that change over time, so resources may change, and we need to understand that. Big idea number 3 is the interactions between different species, so this could be humans or animals, and the environment. Big idea number 4, sustainability. So human survival depends on developing practices that will achieve sustainable systems, things that we can use over and over again, and that does minimal damage to the resources that we have. So College Board has broken down APES into different units, Unit 1 through Unit 9. So in our course, we're breaking it down into sections. And so eventually, regardless of units or sections, we're going to complete everything College Board has set out for us to study. So again, there's the different exam weighting. As you guys can see, Unit 9, Global Change, is the most important one on the exam. So these are the science practices that we mentioned briefly yesterday. So there are 7. Concept explanation is just what we're going to cover, the content. Visual representations and text analysis, you guys will be reading and being able to interpret the author's purpose of the article. You'll need to be able to read models and graphs. Practice 4 and 5, they all deal with experimental design, so scientific experiments and data analysis. Practice number 6 is mathematical routines, and again, like I said, we're going to be doing math, but it's going to be simple, straightforward, procedural math. So we're going to teach you guys how to do that and be masters of that math routine. And then last but not least, the practice number 7 is all about environmental solutions. So we're going to be learning that throughout the course. So here's just information about the breakdown of the multiple choice with practices. So there's going to be 3 to 4 sets, including quantitative data, so data table, charts, or graphs. And these will primarily access practice number 5. Okay, so practice number 5 is data analysis. The 3 to 4 sets include qualitative data or information such as models, representations, or maps, and these again primarily assess practice number 2. And 2 sets including text-based sources. So this is practice number 3, the text analysis. Last but not least, the free response. So free response question number 1, always going to be experimental design. Question number 2, environmental problem, and you must propose a solution. And finally, question number 3, math. So we're going to be practicing all of these different skills throughout the year, whether it's through bell ringers, exams, quizzes, extra practice problems on AP Classroom. But we want you guys to be masters of these 7 practices by the end of the year. Hope you guys have a good one.